you can see the alerts monitoring and all. You can specify alert monitoring. Like let's say if I want to, for example, there is a problem in my web app, or my web app is down, or some, I can have a multiple logic, right? And so I can set alert rules here, like new alert rules, right? New alert rules. I can select this, and I can have a multiple condition, bunch of condition, and group email notification and all, everything I can do that. So okay, then metrics you can see, logs you can see. Okay, even you can stream your logs, right? Even you can stream your logs. One more thing I just wanted to show it to you. Yeah, so yesterday we were discussing about the backup. So here we can mention the backup also, like disaster recovery or anything. Okay. And yeah, someone was asking about the domain. So here you can specify your custom domains. Okay. You can, if you don't want azure.websites.net, then you can have your custom domain. So then let's talk about the deployment slot. So this is also one of the important feature of web app. Okay, so now, okay, so since I have opted for a basic one, so it's not allowing me allowing me to create a development slot, deployment slot. Okay, so I have to upgrade that. So what exactly the deployment slot is, like, let's say if I have one instance, and definitely if I can correlate with the, for example, Amazon or Flipkart. So for example, there will be a lot of load on the order service, right? As compared to the as compared to maybe we can talk about the review service. So since it's a microservices architectural style, we are working on a microservices architectural style. So all these components are individually working, right? So definitely there will be hell lot of load on order service in comparison of a review or feedback system or feedback microservice, right? So in that case, we will require a lot of instances of order services, right? Lot of instance of order service. So here also, what I can do, I can have my deployment slot. I can go with a multiple copy of that instance. I can distribute my traffic, like let's say I can divide, okay, 50%, maybe round robin, or 50-50, or 60-40, anything I can do it through here. Okay. Yeah. So any question till now? Yeah. Now it's been loaded, this SSH. Okay. So you can see here. I can write the command pwd. Sorry, pwd. Yeah. You can see the home. I can do ls. Yeah. So now you can see this is ASP.NET and log file and the site. I can go to the site. It's a bit slow. CD site. Then I can do ls. Yeah. Now you can see the deployment logs, repository, and www root. So the page which you were able to see that, hey Java developer, right? So that page was deployed into www root. So I can go to the www root, okay, and then ls. Yeah, you can see the hosting start.html. Now you can do the changes, whatever you want to do the change. You can directly go to these HTML file and you can change something, and then again you will have to redeploy it. Okay, so till now, any doubt, any question, any queries?
So if we want to manage our users, so this is IAM, Access Control Management.
Correct. So there would be Azure Active Directory. Okay, I will just show it to you. There is one more resource that's called Active Directory. Active Azure Active Directory, right? Here is that Azure Active Directory. So I think most of the people might be aware about LDAP. So similarly, like LDAP, this is Azure Active Directory. It can be on premises or it can be over the cloud. You can create your own Active Directory also. Like let's try to create that. Okay. I will not be creating it, but just giving the example. So here you can give the organization name, like for example, ASAP, and then you can give the initial domain name, ASAP. So what it would be like asap.onmicrosoft.com. It means your Outlook and all, everything can be accessed on this asap.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, so this would be the Active Directory. If you can notice here it did not ask you for the resource group, right? Because it is not related to the resource group, it is related to the organization. It is at the tenant level, right? So tenant is a very high level. Under tenant we can have multiple subscription, and under one subscription we can have multiple resource group, and under one resource group we can have a multiple resources. So it is not related to the resource group, it is not related to the subscription, it is a very high level, so it is related to the organization level, right? So that's the reason it did not ask you for the resource group, because you cannot create Active Directory, or you cannot create your directory within any given resource group, right? So did I answer your question? So this is how you can create the Active Directory, and whenever you are trying to do authentication and authorization for your web application or mobile application, you will just have to configure it. Okay, just let me show it here. Let's go there. SAP jobs. There is one option here like authentication and authorization. As of now it is off. As soon as if I will do on, then this is how we can implement the sorry our authentication and authorization. And since I have not created Active Directory, so it is not giving an option. Whenever I will create Active Directory, then it will be giving you so whatever application is there, that application needs to be registered with that Active Directory. Okay, so for example, here application is also working as a kind of a resource, right? Application is also a resource, and even end user, that is also acting as a resource, right? So user will be having a user ID and password, okay, and application will be having a client ID, secret, and service principal. So I think a lot of things you might not get, because these are the means just generic terms in terms of the Active Directory. So that's the reason I don't want to go over there, because we cannot cover all those things in this webinar. Okay.